First, let me thank, in behalf of the committee and on behalf of the Senate, for that academic analysis of the legal framework on the application of our penal laws in the areas of conflict, as explained by Secretary De Lima. But I would emphasize that this is an academic analysis because there are a lot of factual issues here that we're trying to unravel through these hearings. We'll consider the views of the Secretary when we craft the report. I am sure that there are a lot of precedents in international law which we can cite in this particular issue. And other than that, there are experiences in other states which have gone through similar processes and where the classic conflict between application of laws and the political issue of the peace process has been resolved to the satisfaction of every player. But obviously we do not have time, and this is not the forum by which we can discuss all of these issues. But Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, there is just one issue that I would like to put on record that I am not in agreement. And this is the assertion of the Secretary of Justice that the non-compliance with the terms of the peace agreement, including coordination in case of law enforcement exercises, coordination with the MILF, would expose our law enforcers to individual administrative or even criminal liability. I think that view would would have a chilling effect on our law enforcers because under that theory, they can be criminally charged if they do not coordinate with the MILF. I don't think that we can agree with that. In this case, the SAF went to this area in order to enforce a warrant. They were enforcing the law. I cannot agree that our SAF will be subjected to criminal liability because they did not coordinate with the MILF, which is the coordination of which is part of the peace process. I cannot accept that proposition. But having said that, Madam Chair, may I now proceed to ask to
Madam Chair, just a quick.
Well, this is not time for the debate.
Quick response.
You have expressed your views, Madam Secretary, as a member of the Senate. I have expressed my views. Let it remain on record, and at the report we will be disposing of this. Otherwise, we will be debating here, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I just want to obviate any misinterpretation of what I stated.
I think, ma'am, you can submit your position paper.
Yes.
The Senate President has spoken regarding this.
So, may I now address my questions to the MILF representative? Yes. You mentioned that the MILF will now return the firearms. Is that correct? Can you just state that again?
Yes, sir.
Now, how many firearms are there that to be returned?
We still don't have the exact number of firearms, but in few days we would know exactly the number for Your Honor. Thank you.
And would this be a complete inventory of the firearms seized in that encounter?
We still could not say yes to that question, sir. We are still, the leadership is still on the process of accounting whatever we have in the MILF. Hindi po namin alam kung ilan ho talaga at ilan ho. Thank you.
What about the other equipment like night goggles, night vision goggles?
Yes, it's in the statement po what all, Your Honor po, excuse me, all retrievable personal effects that we have, we will. Opo.
I'm sorry. What about the other than the firearms? What are the equipments?
Your Honor po, I really don't have the inventory as of now, but what's stated here clearly by Chairman Iqbal is all retrievable personal effects, we will.
All retrievable effects, personal effects.
Opo.
firearms, equipment, etc. Yes, Secretary Rojas wants to be recognized.
Secretary Ross was raising his hand a while ago. Yes, Secretary, you recognize her?
Just some information. There is a inventory, or there is a list of the equipment with serial numbers of the kits that were issued to every one of the SAF operators who were present in this engagement. So we will submit that to the committee.
So we can check, as against this list, we can check the equipments and firearms to be returned by the MILF.
What about the personal property, Secretary Ross, of our SAF?
It is not a complete listing, but
You have a partial inventory at least
yes,
of the same.
the personal, particularly cell phones. What other personal effects they brought with them would be difficult to ascertain. But certainly the government issued equipment, there is a complete such list.
Thank you, Secretary Ross.
Anyway, we can do nothing at this point but rely on the commitment that all retrievable equipment, personal belongings of our 44 SAF personnel who died in this encounter would be returned to the government. Is that a correct assumption of the?
Yes, Your Honor. Those that's with the MILF po.
I'm sorry?
Yes, Your Honor. All those that with the MILF po, we will.
And a reasonable expectation would be when? I'm not asking you to commit to a specific date, but, like next week or, next 10 days, when can this be done?
Yes, Your Honor. In the letter, it says in a couple of days, but at the level of the mechanisms, we will also work it out with the CCCH, ADJAG, and the peace panel. We'll do our actions also on the matter.
I'm sorry, but your answers are very evasive. That is why we would have wanted a more responsible MILF official to be here who can commit the MILF. But, the way you have, I'm sorry to say that the way you have answered it, it has been very evasive, and I can understand that because you are not authorized to say anything here. But it's a little bit frustrating for us to receive those kinds of answers. But in any case, we just have to live with that, and unless you have anything else to say, we can proceed with the other questions. Is there anything else from the MILF that... what about the surrender of Usman? Can there be a commitment on that point?
Your Honor, Madam Chair, I cannot answer that question, but we will raise this with the leadership of the MLF.
The President has appealed to the to your group to help government, or at least to surrender Usman as part of the confidence building process. We in Congress already finds difficulty in passing the BBL because of this incident. While we are committed to peace, we must go back and build confidences. And among those that would be critical to rebuild the confidences between the government and the MILF is the matter of the surrender of Usman, the matter of the return of the equipment, the personal effects and equipment of the SAF, which were taken during the encounter. So I hope that you can deliver to the MILF hierarchy the need to rebuild trust between the two parties, and we cannot do this alone. You must cooperate, and you can surrender Usman to the authorities. He is the cause of all of these problems. Now, we also hear a lot of rumors that the firearms are now being sold in Mindanao. How valid is this? Have you heard this? That the firearms captured are now in the market. Would the MILF know anything about this?
We are the MILF is doing its internal accounting on this matter po at we have no we also heard of that, but we cannot confirm, we cannot say anything about this.
You have heard this rumor. Have you investigated this as a partner in peace?
Yes, sir. We are looking into that, and we will act accordingly po. Sir. Your Honor, thank you.
You are looking. What have you looked? What have you found so far? Is there basis for these stories that firearms are being sold?
Your Honor, that's still a subject of the Special Investigation Commission po of the MILF. Your Honor po.
All right.